33 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock at VOC 2 FM on this lovely Tuesday. And as always, we are entering into the Soul Zone. It is yet another edition of your Soulful Tuesday at VOC 2 FM. Greeting you this wonderful and lovely afternoon is your host Mduduzi S Dlamini, and I shall be with you from here on up until 1700. Where you and I will be enjoying very well prepared and very good soulful tunes on this lovely Soulful Tuesday. Allow me to say it is a good day which the Lord has made, and in this day we shall rejoice, and in this day we shall be exceedingly and abundantly glad in Him, in the God in whom we live, move, and have our being. The God who is our completion, without whom we are never complete. We may try desperately to make ourselves complete absent God, but it is always a futile endeavor. It will never get you anywhere. But if you want to be full and very quickly, try God. 102, 104, and 105.5 megahertz. It is where we at on our FM radio space, and we are also available on a live stream. Where all you need is just your data, and that is voc2fm.radiostream321.com. Anywhere and everywhere. You don't need to be confined. You don't need to be confined by our FM transmission. As long as you've got yourself data, you can always hook up. And we are going to, you and I, enjoy this lovely afternoon. And as it's our tradition here at VOC 2 FM, we're going to open up with the verse of the day today, taken from Proverbs 18 verses 21, and it reads thus: Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit. That is from the RSV. From the Amplified version, it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it and indulge it will eat its fruit and bear the consequences of their words." Now that is something. You will bear the consequences of your words. That is what the word of the Lord is saying. It's saying that if you love your tongue and you speak well of yourself, and you speak well and create the atmosphere that you want, and you are not actually victim of somebody else's atmosphere, but you create your own with the words which you speak, it says you shall eat the fruit thereof. And every other kind of indulgence in which you indulge your tongue, if you indulge it in gossip, that's exactly what you shall reap. If you indulge it in negativity, negativity will be what you shall reap as well. I like the Bible because the Bible is always God is very deliberate with words. He never says something that he really doesn't mean. He always means what he says. And when he says death and life are in the power of your tongue, he just means that. He means that the power to live and to die basically is on you. The question is, what are you speaking? What are you empowering the atmosphere to become with the words that you speak? What are you sowing with your words? Are you sowing thorns and thistles, or are you sowing blessings? And that is entirely on you. Therefore, death and life is in the power of your tongue. And if you love it, to love something, in the book of 1 Corinthians 13, the book about love, because mostly talks about what love is and what love is not. It speaks of what love is. It says love never rejoices in wrong, but it always celebrates right. So if love never rejoices in wrong but always celebrates right, how can you love your tongue and yet everything that comes out of your tongue is always wrong? It means you do not love that tongue, and therefore the words that you are speaking with that tongue are poisonous words. Words that kill, words that destroy, words that turn everything upside down, that brings hell on earth. So therefore love yourself to speak well of yourself. Bless yourself without waiting for somebody to bless you. Just bless yourself. Just empower yourself with your words. And tell yourself, you know what, you're good. Even if nobody does that for you, but just tell yourself you are good. And I love you because you're good. You are complete. There is nothing that lacks in you. And anything and everything which you will be faced with today, you are more than able to do. That assignment that you dread so much, that you have always been putting aside, it is actually, if you would begin to speak well of yourself, you will realize that you have the power all along. You will have the power all along to do this. You were just in your own way, and you just had to get yourself out of your own way with your own words. 10 minutes after 1 o'clock is your time here at VOC2 FM. I'm hoping that your day is good and is bringing you nothing but goodness. Something that I like very much. It used to be said by one pastor that I esteem very highly by the name of Pastor Clement Ibe. He used to say that the words which you speak are like vapor. Speaking about what's called in geography the water cycle, he used to say that when vapor saturate an atmosphere, it causes the atmosphere, or rather the vapor in the atmosphere to condense, and when that condensation has reached a saturation level, the atmosphere releases rain. And when the rain hits the ground, whatever seed is in the ground grows. In other words, the word which you speak nourishes an atmosphere. It depends on what kind of atmosphere you are nourishing. Are you nourishing the positive, or are you nourishing the negative? If you're nourishing the negative, then when your atmosphere is saturated with that negativity, it will bring rain, and the seeds of negativity will begin to grow. And you will be astounded when you realize that all around you are surrounded with negativity. Nothing seems to go the way that you want it to go. First thing you need to check the words which you speak. not only about yourself, but about others as well, because like the saying goes, what you see in others is what you see in yourself. So therefore, chances are, if you see evil, and you see negativity in other people, it is because you see negativity in yourself as well. 30 minutes after 1 is your time here at VOC FM, and welcome to this Soulful Tuesday.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
Number one radio station for knowledge, motivation, music, and life-changing Bible teaching.
This is VOC 2 FM.
Every day.
We're going to open things up this lovely Tuesday with a song from the collection called J2K, and the title of the song is Draw Me Closer.
Every way.
If I trusted Closer. They may not understand, but that's okay. Closer. I'll get closer to you anyway. Come what may. Bring it on. Closer. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Day and night. I will be right on your side. I wanna be.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
This is VOC 2 FM.
VOC 2 FM is still where you are to this lovely afternoon. That was a beautiful song there from the compilation J2K, which stands for Jesus 2000. It was released on the year 2000 by EMI Gospel. And largely the production, was in the hands, most capable hands, if I may say, of Montreal Direct. And this particular song, Draw Me Closer, was sung by, or was led by Felicia Direct, the wife to Montreal Direct, Monica Thomas, and Marcia Sanrel. Those were the three talents behind this particular song, and it was a very good and very good mix of talents in this particular project, including acts from Men of Standard, the Dawkins and Dawkins, Anointed, Commissioned, Dwayne and Tiffany, KB Bao, and Lama Campbell in the Spirit of Praise. Before there was Spirit of Praise in South Africa, there was Lama Campbell and the Spirit of Praise. And Montreal Direct himself doing actually two songs in the album, one entitled Prophetic Millennium 2000, and the other one Save Me a Seat. Save Me a Seat. And there's another one, The Kind of Woman That God Loves. This one was done by Eric Dawkins of the Dawkins and Dawkins Brothers, and also Cynthia Pasley. That was the Jesus 2000. Taken a page from the very same. This one, led by Kim Burrell, is going to be a song entitled Woman. Woman, a song that is actually drawn from the story in the Bible of the woman with the issue of blood. This one is directed straight at two women, saying, like the woman with the issue of blood, reach out by your faith and take what you need. Whilst the water is troubled, a woman, step out and take what you need by faith. Here's J2K with Kim Burrell, and the title of the song is Woman.
The stone, he who is without sin. She hung her head in shame, began to cry. Woman, hath no one condemned you, nor do I. As Christ taught the crowd, they gathered around to hear, as the teachers of the law did draw her near. Oh, she was a woman that were accused and bound in shame. Her sin had left a mark upon her name, but she didn't know she'd never be the same. Woman, don't you weep, don't you cry no more. Cast the stone, 'cause there'll be no stones thrown. She hung her head in shame, began to cry. Woman, hath no one condemned you, nor
heart. They'd accused him just like her. Well, you know what he did, Montreal? He kneeled down and began to write in the sand with his hand, telling the woman, go your way, you're forgiven of your sins. So woman, you don't have to hurt again. Woman, don't cry. Try your weeping eye, it's alright. Try every tear. Oh, you're not who. Oh, you're not who. Never be the same. Your life will change. Don't you hurt no more. Woman, don't you weep. Woman, don't you cry because of them, no. Only he without sin could cast the first stone. So don't worry. Oh, lift your head up high, woman. Therefore there is now no condemnation. Woman, don't you weep. Not because of them, no.
Yes, woman, don't you weep because of they. I think I made a mistake there. Actually, the song is not about the woman with the issue of blood. The song is about the woman who was caught in adultery and brought to Jesus. And the song says, woman, don't you weep because of they. He who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. The famous words of Jesus Christ. In other words, he was saying, if you feel you are without fault, then you should be the first, speaking to the Pharisees. Then he who is without sin amongst you should be the first to cast the stone on the woman. And actually, I'm grateful that the Pharisees were, in this instance, very truthful, because the Bible says that they left Nicodemously, clandestinely, in secret. And when Jesus actually lifted up his head, he only saw the woman. His accusers rather were nowhere to be seen. Everybody left Nicodemously because they knew. At least actually in this instance, would give them credit that they did believe that Jesus Christ was God, because you can lie to yourself, lie to everybody else, but you can never lie to God. And no one was willing to take that risk, of speaking a lie before God by casting the first stone, therefore implying that they are without sin. 26.5 minutes after 1 o'clock is your time here at VOC2, VOC2 FM. Here's Jonathan Butler, and he's going to give us a song that is entitled African Moon, with some African sound.
desire is to expose people to an intimate relationship with God and limitless potential found in Jesus Christ. Enable them to achieve their destinies by releasing their God-given abilities. Equip them to become leaders in their communities. Enrich them to become influencers in their families, businesses, and in the world.
Bringing you the very best contemporary gospel music and life-transforming Bible teaching only on VOC 2 FM.
Yes, indeed. VOC 2 FM is still where you were to this lovely Tuesday afternoon. And your host, myself, Mduduzi S Dlamini, is still the voice behind this microphone here on this lovely platform. And just as an FYI, for your own information, very critical information, we are also at this moment streaming live on YouTube. And the name of the channel is Voice of the Church. So you can catch us live from there as well. We're living in the digital age, making use of the fourth industrial revolution. Indeed, 28 and a half minutes before 2 o'clock is the time at VOC2 FM. Coming up next, it's going to be a song by Kekwelem, also featuring Jonathan Butler from his album The Gospel According to Jazz, Chapter 2, and the title of the song is Thy Kingdom Come, featuring Jonathan Butler all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. beautiful rendition there by Kekwalam and Jonathan Butler. If you were lucky and fortunate enough actually to see the original video of this particular song and the storylines behind each of the tracks in this particular album, actually Kekwalam tells a very interesting story about this particular song. He says that they were just playing around in the studio, and somebody played 3 notes like and he said, okay, wait a minute, that must be God, and from those 3 notes actually came out this masterpiece. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Anything can become anything. And then they decided to rob in Jonathan Butler because he felt like he is the only talent actually that can do this song justice, and justice indeed was delivered on this particular track, as you can hear for yourself. 21 minutes before 2 o'clock is your time here at VOC2. VOC2 FM. Here is Jessica Reddy with a song that is entitled Blue God on the Neo Soul scale, which, by the way, reminds me of something I may have missed on our J2K album. I did say that it was released in the year 2000, and hence the album title Jesus 2000. And not only that, but the brains behind it was Montreal the Rat, who had such major influence in it, and therefore its sound leaned more on the neo soul kind of sound, because Montreal the Rat is the answer to that particular question. It's a gospel, it's under the gospel umbrella, but within the gospel umbrella, it is it occupies the neo soul kind of sound, and hence what you have heard before. Here is Jessica Reddy, also actually, whose music actually leans also that very same way, and she's going to give us rather a song that is entitled Blue God. If God was a color, God will be blue. That should tell you something. Blue God.
My opinion, my view, my life, my choice, it's my hurt, my pain, my girl, my boy, it's my heart, my love, my soul, my feelings are hurt, your worst, second, and I'm first. But if you won't, I'll let you over my life. If you make me feel good, and if you make it alright, just take care of me and give me what I need. Other than maybe we can give to you, God. Oh, yeah. If you were a color, you would be a blue God. Yes, you would. Because it's all about my gender, my place, my gold, my money. Get it? Your cons and my pro. I'm happy, successful. Oh Lord, I'll tell you when I need you. We don't say it, but surely we do it. Oh, it's how we live, and it's how we treat you. But if you won't, I'll let you in my life. If you make me feel good, and if you make it all right, just take care of me. give me what I need. After that, maybe we can get to you, God. Yeah. If you were a color, you would be a blue, God. You bless me first, then we can talk about you, God. If you were a color, you would be a blue, God. Yeah, we say that we love you and we give ourselves away, and we claim there's none above you, but our lives don't say the same. And I've seen the cycle too many times, and I've seen the fight for change, and I'm a part of it. Yeah, I know the heart of it. That's why we need you, God, we do. God, God, ooh, God. If you were a color, you would be a God. You are so new, but you're used, God. God, God, God. And it's not fair that you're you, God, God, God. But your love remains true, God. God, it remains true, God, true to me, God. Oh,
Yes, indeed, God. If you had a color, you will be a blue, God. That was a beautiful song there by Jessica Reddy, who was born, just a short biography, born at 12th July 1988, who is an American gospel singer and a songwriter, best known as the second runner on BET Gospel Singing Competition, Sunday's Best. Season 2, which ran in 2009. Her album ever since her very short career, because I think she debuted from she actually got into the mainstream gospel music scene from that particular Sunday Best season, which she was the runner there. In that competition, and since then she has produced about 6 albums. Those are singles. She has 2 albums, one entitled Transparent and the other one From the Heart, which actually this song is from. Within those albums, she actually produced singles before that. And on the From the Heart album, which she debuted in 2012, the singles included songs like Something Out of Nothing, God Has Smiled on Me, that old classic, and Put It on the Altar, which she did 2011. And then from her album Transparent, 3 singles came out. Grace, that was the first, and Better, that was the second, and Flow was the third, which debuted in the year 2015. And was actually Better was number 8 on the US digital gospel charts. That was the song Better. At exactly 30 minutes before the hour of 2 o'clock here at VOC 2 FM. Speaking about neo soul itself and its roots, and actually where it actually came from. According to Wikipedia, neo soul, sometimes called progressive soul, is a genre of popular music. The term was coined by industry entrepreneur Kenda Massenberg during the late 90s to market and describe a style of music that emerged from soul and contemporary R&B. Soul being, the father of neo soul. That was the sound that was produced by artists such as James Brown and them. and contemporary R&B. It is heavily based in soul music, and neo-soul is distinguished by a less conventional sound than its contemporary R&B counterpart, with incorporated elements of funk, jazz fusion, hip-hop, African music, and pop, with a little bit of rock and electric music. So that is what it is, as described by Mark Anthony Neal, who is an American black popular culture, who is an author rather of black popular culture in the Department of African and African American Studies at Duke University. He coined, or actually he said about neo-soul music, neo-soul and its various incarnations has helped to redefine the boundaries and contours of black pop music, because it is actually 100% black music. I was just trying to think if there is any Caucasian artist that does a neo-soul, and I'm drawing a blank because it is 100% black music, and it is actually characterized by a sluggish kind of singing, because that is actually what defines actually neo-soul and distinguishes it from the popular soul music. And not so far departed from soul music itself, but neo-soul, distinguishes itself rather in that, and also neo-soul is predominantly, especially on the electrical sound, is predominantly actually, overwhelmed by the sound of either Wurlitzer or a sound of Rhodes, of Rhodes sound. If you're a musician, you understand what I'm saying. And hence, that is what distinguishes it. If you would listen to all the songs that I've played, that had a neo-soul element in them, you can actually pick out, the Rhodes sound, in it. And also, some incorporate that with an organ sound, if not a Wurlitzer sound, because sometimes a Wurlitzer it's not very cheap, so if you have an organ, an electric organ, because there are those organs that not so electric, that is a Wurlitzer. Actually, that is what is, you can actually call it that, an acoustic organ, because it uses natural sound, instead of sound that is generated, by electronics. 9 minutes before 2 o'clock is your time here at VOC2 FM. Yes, Kelly Price from her 2006 album, This Is Who I Am, and the title of the song is Lord, I Need Some Healing for My Soul.
Just for my soul, just for my soul, and I'm tired of crying all night. Just for my soul, Lord, I need thee, oh, I need thee to take away this pain and misery. 'Cause God, I just can't do this by myself. I need help, Lord. Yeah, give me a healing for my soul. Oh, I need a healing for my soul. So give me a healing for my soul. Lord, I'm looking for a new life. It's just for my soul. Yeah. And I'm tired of crying all night just for my soul. gave my body and my soul away. So now I come to you just to behold, heal my soul. Come on and heal me. Would you please see about me, Lord? I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you right now, Lord. Oh, yeah. Give me a chance for my soul. Please heal my
Yes, indeed, I need a healing for my soul, just for my soul. I need a healing. A beautiful song there by Miss Kelly Price from her album This Is Who I Am. This is who I, if you want me, this is who I am, and that is all that you get. Actually, I was just looking at actually the different components of neo soul music. And according to this article, it incorporates electronic music, jazz, fusion, funk, rap, gospel, rock, reggae, R&B, and African music. I actually when I actually saw this word jazz fusion, I was reminded of a scene in NCIS Los Angeles where LL Cool J and his partner, aka Colin G Colin, which is a character that is done by Chris O'Donnell. He was playing a jazz fusion, a fusion jazz song, in his car, and then Colin G, being Colin G, I'm tempted to even say white. He was like, what kind of music is this? Why can't they all play the same song? And LL Cool J was like, it's called jazz fusion. that is what it's called. And then he responded by saying, you mean jazz confusion? But it's not just confusion, it's jazz fusion. It may sound confused because, when you listen to, any fusion jazz song, it almost sounds like, the people are confused, but they are not confused. It may seem like everybody's doing a different song, but but no, they're all singing the same song with just different expression. And that's the beauty of it. Take all that confusion, mesh it together, and something good comes out of it. 3 minutes before 2 o'clock is the time here at VOC 2FM. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of music. Because for example, in contemporary gospel music, there is this technique. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly where it was developed. a technique of adding notes that are not in the harmonic scale of whatever key that you're playing on. It's called dissonance, and they introduce it deliberately to bring a different color to whatever chord that you are expressing at that particular point in time. For an example, you will be playing on C sharp, or D flat. As you are playing that progression, instead of actually sticking on the notes that form a nice harmony with or all the songs that are within the scale of C sharp, you just introduce a note that is outside of that scale deliberately, just to create some kind of organized confusion. This is what this is about. This is actually what music is, because those that are really skilled in music, myself excluded, those that are skilled in music, actually, they will tell you that first you learn how the music works, and then you teach yourself how to break every rule in order to create something good, because otherwise, if the rules were never broken, you would never know. We would never have actually some of the different sounds that we have enjoyed over the years, through the evolution of the music, how the music evolves, from, age to age, how the sounds, keep on changing, they bring something new every day. It is, and you have actually to look outside of the box, for you to come up with those with those beautiful sounds. Otherwise, if you will stick to the box, you will always be playing one and the same thing, over and over and over. But people are coming up with different techniques and different sounds each and every day. Taking all the rules that they've learned. For example, they always tell you, stay on the harmonics, stay on the harmonic scale. And what you do is you just add that note there, somewhere in the middle, to just create that confusion, that beautiful confusion. At 2 o'clock is the time here at VOC2. I'm hoping that you're still having a very good and a very lovely time here at VOC2 FM. I know that I am.
Start to show when the camera's gone, you're not the same anymore. Let everybody know who run a town. And I know you will show up. So Lord, I'm riding for ya. 'Cause I'm down, 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 but I'm down for whatever. I just want y'all to know, yes, I'm a Christian. For real, that's my word. I'll be on a mission. And whatever you say, you know that I'm down for life. You decide when you're ready for it. I choose my side with the best, Lord. I do know I just can't give it up bread for. Oh, no. If you put me on the front line, you know I'm down. Yeah. Start to show. When the camera's gone, you're not the same anymore. Let everybody know who run a town. And I know you will show up. So Lord, I'm riding for ya. 'Cause I'm down, 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 but I'm down for whatever.
I'm down and ain't down low. I'm always ready for the ball go, and I gotta go get it, totally committed. Rule number one is I'm never gonna quit it, and I won't stop till I get it. Bro, if you come to you better come with it. Man, don't worry about who comes to you. Look here, just do what you gotta do. Now see, I was in church, but I was young and I was guessing them. But when I saw the kingdom, where you get all this aggression from? I don't know, I just wanna demolish my enemies. I feel like I just struck 105-hour energy.
Start to show. When the camera's gone, you're not the same anymore. Let everybody know who run a town. And I know you will show up. So Lord, I'm riding for ya. 'Cause I'm down, 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 but I'm down.
coldest of the teeth. The back alleys and woods, grittiest of the grimy. Brothers who serving time and others who people label crazy, slower out their mind. And I'm finding myself diving in a jungle full of lions, but desiring more. And I ain't talking eeny, meeny, miny. Probably the Christ in me got me stuck to the hood like glue, cause he said healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do.
Start to show when the camera's gone, you're not the same anymore. Let everybody know who run the town. And I know you will show up, so Lord, I'm riding for ya. Cause you know I'm down, 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 Lord, you know I'm down for whatever.
Created us with pride, the apples of your eye. You trust us mortals on platforms, put us on the front line. But when hurricanes blow, beautiful lies unfold. We find buried deep inside was nothing but those guys. But about to stand, even though I go through the rushing wind, we'll push through all the darkness until I see the sunrise again. I'm standing right by your side because I am your bride. That means I'm down for whatever, you know I'm ride or die.
Start to show when the camera's gone, you're not the same anymore. Let everybody know who run the town. And I know you will show up, so Lord, I'm riding for ya. Cause you know I'm down, 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 Lord, you know I'm down forever. Lord, you know I'm down forever.
You know I'm down.
Yes, you know I'm down for whatever. That was Jordan Armstrong, featuring the likes of D1, CJ, Canton Jones, and J, Lady J, giving us the beautiful song "You Know I'm Down" from his album entitled "Stronger." Stronger. You know that I am down. I am down with that. I am down with that. Here is one from BB Winans, and the title of the song is BB Winans. The title of the song is "Coming Back Home." Home where love is waiting for me, featuring Brian McKnight and Joe Thomas. Coming back home. Home is where I belong from his 2000 album entitled Love and Freedom.
Some time to come around, realize how I let you down. A bit too late for sorry now. My pride got in the way. Yes, it did. I thought I had it all figured out. I needed time away to work it out. And now that I've learned what it's all about, and all I need is you in my life. So I'm coming much to know still today that I wasted so much time. And after all is said and done, there's more to life than having fun. There ain't no doubt you're the one. And all I need is you in my life. So I'm coming back home, where love is waiting for me. Been gone much too long. This is where I want to be. So I'm coming home, 'cause home is where I belong. Oh, just to be in your arms is like heaven to me. Your love is all that I need. So I'm coming back home, and I hope you forgive all my wrongs. I'm coming home, hey, home is where I belong. So I'm coming back home, you know, where love is waiting for me. Been gone much too long. This is where I want to be. So I'm coming home, 'cause home is where I belong. So I'm coming home, where love is waiting for me. Been gone much too long. This is where I wanna be. So I'm coming home, 'cause home is where I belong. Oh yeah, say it again. So I'm coming back home. Oh yeah, where love is waiting for me. Been gone much too long. This is where I want to be. So I'm coming home, 'cause home is where I belong. So I'm coming home, 'cause home is where I belong.
Yes, indeed. Just to be in your arms is like heaven to me. Your love, Lord, your love. Your love is all that I need. So I am coming back home. And I hope that you will forgive me of all of my sins. I want to believe this song was taken from the story in the book of Luke, chapter 15. A story which we... it's not the Bible, it is it is we. It is not Jesus, it is we. We have subtitled that story, the story of the prodigal son. Funny because Jesus never called him prodigal, when he was saying that story. He didn't say the son was lost. It's the father actually who did make a mention of the word lost. In that story when he said that the son of mine that was lost has been found. But the son, all that he went through, as according to the discourse of the word on Sunday, he lost his identity. Because when you read from verses 17 to 21, which was actually our anchor verses for this past Sunday's discourse, you hear the son say things like, I am no longer worthy to be called your son. And therefore take me as one of your hired servants. Which then tells you that the son got himself to a point where he lost his identity. He forgot that he was his father's son, and therefore he wanted to relegate himself to the position of a servant because he thought that by what he did, he's no longer qualified to be called the son of the father, even though he still had the father's blood in him. Even though he was still, the father's offspring. He got himself to a position in his mind where he felt that he does not deserve to be called his father's son any longer. So therefore he, in his own accord, it was not the father's idea, it was his idea, to relegate himself to the position of a servant, so that he may at least have a good and a decent meal, because when he was out there in the wild, where life bruised and battered him, and showed him flames, he remembered that I know my father is very generous, my father is good. He's very good to his servants. He forgives them. He's very good, he's very good in providing for his servant. I know that they have better than what I'm having right now. So if I can make myself to be one of they, I can be better off than what I am right now. Because the Bible says he was to a point where he was about to join himself with the swine and enjoy what the swines were eating, because he was that hungry, which actually tells you a couple of things about the farmer which he was working for. He was a farmer, or he was a boss that was not like his father, because he would have never actually come to that coming to self moment if that farmer or the owner of those swine was not as terrible as he was to him, because the Bible tells us that he was so hungry, he wanted to. It doesn't say that he did eat off, he wanted to, and then he remembered that I don't care what. I know my father is a good man, and he treats his servants very well, and I know they always eat better than what I am eating right now. I would rather go back home and become like one of them, than actually, subjecting myself to this, to these slaverish working conditions. Now would rather go back home. 16 minutes after 2 is your time yet. VOC to FM. That was BB Winers. I am coming back home where love is waiting for me. Just know that home, love is always waiting for you there. So therefore, don't put yourself in a very precarious condition where you find yourself actually like one who is without a home, like one who is without parents, like one who is without relatives. Just a person in vernacular I would call ingezama. A person who has nobody. When you have somebody, somebody at home loves you, somebody at home wants you back. So therefore, wherever you are, I pray to God, that the Spirit may actually burn these words into your heart, and you realize that this is not the way life is supposed to be. At home, I'm far better than what I am right now, and I've got to find my way home. I've got to find my way home. 17.5 minutes after 2 is your time here at VOC2, VOC2 FM. Here's Joanne Rosario with More Than Anything.
is more that you require. No, not because I have to, because I really need to, and then because I want to. This is my way of saying to you, I love you, Lord, more than anything, more than life is, more than life. You worship spirit and in truth. I love you, Lord, more than anything, more than life is, that my life would be pleasing and my heart pure before you, that my praise would flow from the deepest part of me. You're the source of my strength, the love that made me whole. I'll forever love your name, the wonders of your grace I cannot explain. I love you, Lord, more than anything, more than life, yeah. You worship spirit and in you deserve our worship. I love you, Lord, more than anything, more than life itself. I love your worship spirit and in you, Lord. Oh, where would I be without your love, without your hand upon my life? When you found me, I was alone, hopelessly wandering on my own. So here I stand before you now. I humble myself, my King, I bow. There is nothing, there is no one like you, Lord. More than anything, more than life. You're the very air that I breathe. I give you worship from a pure heart. Yeah. Lord, more than anything, more than life itself. I offer you my worship in spirit. I give my life to you. More than anything, more than life itself, I offer you worship and in truth. More than anything, more than life, you are everything to me. Spirit and in truth.
Hit music belongs here on your number one station. It's always a better choice. Your songs on your radio. My one and only station. Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
Number one radio station for knowledge, motivation, music, and life-changing Bible teaching.
This is VOC 2 FM.
Yes, indeed. I love you, Lord, more than anything, more than life itself. And I offer you nothing but worship in spirit and in truth. That was Joanne Rosario giving us a beautiful song at exactly 23 minutes after 2 o'clock here at VOC2 FM. Yeah, it's Joshua Rogers with his song, signature song, Unconditional, from the album also entitled Unconditional.
Thinking about some of the wrongs that I've done, and I'm ashamed to think of all the times that I failed you.
yet still you never changed. And I can't quite figure out the reasons why. Lord, why you care? You're always there. How do you explain the way you care for me? Why do you keep me safely right in your arms? No love can compare. So incredibly rare, so wonderful. Father, your love is unconditional. In spite of all the many lies I've told, you still forgave. In spite of all my failed attempts to show the same compassion you bestow. You're the only one who sees and knows my heart. And I'm mesmerized by how amazing you are. How do you explain the way you care for me? Why do you keep me safely right in your arms? No love can compare. So incredibly rare, so wonderful. Father, your love is unconditional. So show me what I need to do, just so I can love like you, just like you. And teach me how to walk like you, how to talk like you, in all that I do. How do you explain the way you care for me? How you care for me? Why do you keep me safe? Why do you right in your arms? Right in your arms. There's no one like you. Incredibly rare, so wonderful. Father, your love is unconditional. How do you explain the way you care for me? Can you explain the way you love me, God? Keep me safe right in your arms. You still have through it all, and I love you, Lord. Oh, your love, Father, your love is unconditional. How do you explain the way you care for me? Oh God, why do you keep me safely right in your arms? No love can compare. So incredibly rare, so wonderful. Father, your love is unconditional.
Yes, indeed, Lord, your love is absolutely unconditional. How do you explain the way? How do I explain the way that you care for me? Because this love, man, is crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. At exactly 27 minutes after 2 o'clock here at VOC 2FM, that was Jordan Armstrong. Joshua Rogers giving us that beautiful song, Unconditional. How do I explain? Yeah, historically with a soulish a vibe called Sunday.
Looks at me, I wonder what they see underneath these eyes. Oh, smiles masquerade as pain, then grow up to be shame, leave me with a lie. I know they don't see my flaws or these hidden scars and all the mess I made. Don't let Sunday fool you. Here's my hallelujah. Every single day I'm running to your grave. I'm tired of this dirty heart that keeps our world apart. I need your loving. And even in these church clothes, I can't
song simple says, don't let Sunday fool you. This is my hallelujah every single time. A song there by Tori Kelly. And I was just, thinking that, as the song was playing, everybody likes, every now and again, a little bit of skating, a little bit of shabarubaya. That is what I'm talking about right there. A little bit of a shabaruba, yeah. At exactly 29 minutes before the hour for 3 o'clock. Here at VOC2 at 3 o'clock, we are going to take a short detour via a very strong. Let me reiterate that a very strong biblical teaching by Dr. Tony Evans. Entitled Returning to God Through Surrender. Today we are talking about a return, returning back to, going back to where you came from, back to, what you once was. You've got to go back there. Because that is where God wants you to be. Where you are, that is not where you were. Nothing as beautiful as a well put together bass groove, especially to such a sound as this. I'm tempted, just keep on playing that part, but the beat goes on. So said that particular old classic, let the beat go on. At exactly 27 minutes before the hour of 3, I'm just laughing at myself. How in God's earth, did that actually pop into my mind? Let the beat go on. Let the beat go on. Back in the day, that is how we used to groove. But we don't groove like that no more. Disclaimer, we don't groove like that no more. Here is J-Mos featuring PJ Morton. In his beautiful album entitled GFG, Grown Folk Gospel. In other words, this type of gospel is not for youngsters, it's for the grown folk. Grown Folk Gospel, and title of the song is Nothing.
If I go astray, I pray that you come my way and save me from myself and be my ever-present help. Listen. If I do something wrong, I pray that you bring me home and have mercy on my soul. Make me right, make me whole. 'Cause without you, I would be nothing. Without you, I would be nothing. Without you, I would be nothing but dirt and clay. Without you, I would be nothing.
No, if I go too far, oh, I know that you'll be that star
that guides me home,
and be the source of my strength and proof of my peace within. Because without you, I would be nothing. Oh, without you, I would be nothing. Because without you, I would be nothing. Without you, I would be nothing. There's no me without you. Nah, 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 without you, without you, hey, without you, I would be nothing. Without you, I would be nothing. Nothing without you. I can't imagine the emptiness at the thought of the loss of our relationship and friendliness. Over and over again, you have proved you're here for me and dear to me and sincere with me. Without you, without you, I can't do without you. I would be nothing but dirt and clay. Without you, I would be nothing. Without you, I would be nothing. Without you, I would be nothing. Before I ever was, I'm glad it was you. I would be nothing but dirt and clay. Without you, without you, and I ain't ashamed to tell the world, I would be nothing but dirt and clay. Without you.
Yes, indeed. Without you, Lord, I will be nothing but dirt and clay. That is what I'll be. But because of you, I am a living soul. The Bible in the book of Genesis says, and God breathed his breath of life, the ruah, breath of life, life-giving breath, and man immediately, instantaneously became a living soul. Why? Because God had breathed his breath of life upon the dirt and the clay. God turns dirt and clay into something that lives, into something that is a flesh and blood, into something that is a living soul. That is one of the magic tricks of God, turning something that is useless into something very, very, very useful. Here is the Kenoli Brothers with a beautiful song that is entitled No Distance Is Too Far.
I can't remember when you were there. For me, no distance is too far that you won't hear me call. Even though I leave and my heart goes astray, I return to open arms, how I could never repay. With every breath I take, I learn more to appreciate your love, especially the unconditional way you love me. And I know no matter thick or thin, nothing's gonna keep us apart. Through the nights when I'm alone with tears in my eyes, you give me a love that keeps me holding on. To you, to give myself completely, it's so hard for me to do. Trying to fight the urge of doing my own thing. I fall again, but unconditionally. You love me, and I know no matter thick or thin,
say I do. Oh, I can remember. You were with them. No distance is too far. That you won't hear. You'll always hear me call. Took me some time to realize that your love's the only love truly faithful. And I open my heart to you, only to you. Oh, I can't remember when you were there for me. And now distance is too far. That you won't hear me go. No, I can't remember when you weren't there for me. Troubles all around me, and it's more than I can bear. But you come to me faithful, 'cause you're always right there. When you were there for me. No distance is too far. No distance, you'll always hear me call.
Number one radio station for knowledge, motivation, music, and life-changing Bible teaching.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
This is VOC 2 FM.
I desire you. No one else will do. Passionately pursuing you. From my heart I do. Oh, I desire you. Oh, no one else will do. Yeah, passionately pursuing you. Oh, from my heart I do. I do. When I search deep within, my soul begins to remember that you call me friend, and we have something that will never ever end. Yeah, yeah. Can't let you get away. No matter what my friends may say, no, I'm in touch with my play. This is what I do day by day. I desire you. No one else will do. second, every minute, every hour. I need you like a wedding needs flowers. Every day of the week, every month, every year. I can't stress it enough, gotta make it clear. When I wake up in the morning, lay my head at night. Everything going good, and when things get tight, a million people in the room, but it don't even matter. 'Cause you're the only one I desire. I love, want, need. I choose, adore. Can't live without you. No, can't live without you.
Bringing you the very best contemporary gospel music and life transforming Bible teaching only on VOC 2 FM.
Our desire is to expose people to an intimate relationship with God and limitless potential found in Jesus Christ. Enable them to achieve their destinies by releasing their God-given abilities. Equip them to become leaders in their communities. Enrich them to become influencers in their families, businesses, and in the world.
Number one radio station for knowledge, motivation, music, and life-changing Bible teaching.
Number one means you're always on top. Your number one radio.
This is VOC 2 FM.
Yes, indeed. VOC 2 FM is still where you at this lovely Tuesday afternoon. Where in time is 10 minutes. 10 minutes before 3 o'clock here at VOC2. That was Doobie Powell with a beautiful, powerful song entitled I Do. I desire you, no one else will do. Passionately pursuing you with all my heart I do. A love song to God. Saying, God, I know that you will seek and search for me when I am lost. So I choose you. It is you that I choose. I choose to love you, and not just love you anyhow, but passionately pursue. Passionately pursue. That is where we at. Passion. Nothing else but passion. Here is one from God to us through the voices of Commissioned, and the title of the song is "Do You Still Love Me Like You Used To?"
used to share with each other. I gotta know, do you still love me like you used to? Do you still love me? Oh, do you still love me? Do you still love me? I miss my time with you. Do you still love me? The things we used to do.
Yes, indeed, a very imperative question. The song starts with a verse that says, "So I hear you got promoted for the third time this year," which means no more time for consecration that used to draw us near. I'm looking for you, but I don't know where you are. But I'll search until I find you and hold you. That is what the song says. Do you still love me like you used to? 4 minutes before, 3 o'clock at VOC 2 FM. Before we get to the word of the Lord or teaching this afternoon, we're going to have a song by James Fortune and Fire saying, "Holy, holy is the Lord."
Holy, holy, holy is our God. Holy is the Lord.
Say holy.
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy is our God.
Holy is our God.
Holy is the Lord of Lords.
Holy is the Lord.
Yeah. Come on, you got to sing it again. Holy, say it.
Holy,
yeah.
Holy, holy, holy is our God.
Holy is the Lord.
Holy is the Lord
of Lords. There's nobody like you. You are holy. Let me hear you, Houston, say it. Holy is the Lord. Song says you are the Lord of Lords. You are the King of Kings. You are my everything. So I give myself to you. Oh, that's right. Tell them tonight you are the Lord of Lords. You are the King. God, you are my everything. So I give myself. Oh, that's right. How many tonight know that he's worthy? Say worthy. I need some worshipers to sing it with us. Worthy is our God. Worthy is the Lord. Say it again. Worthy. Worthy is our God. Worthy is the Lord. Houston, anybody know he's faithful? Say faithful. Say faithful is our God. Faithful is the Lord. I wish somebody knew he's been there. Let's know he's faithful. Yeah. Faithful is our God. Faithful is the Lord. Now worshipers, lift your hands and say, you are the Lord of Lords. Yeah. You are the King of Kings. You are my everything. So tonight I give myself to you. Oh, that's right. You are the Lord of Lords. Say you are the King. Hey God, somebody say, God, you are my everything. So I give myself. Oh, that's right. Come on, let's take it up, y'all. You are the Lord. You are the King. Say, God, you are my everything. So tonight I give myself to you. You are the Lord. Say, the Lord. Anybody know he's the King? You are my everything. So I give myself. Come on, fight. If you know you want to give yourself to him, say my worship belongs to you. Somebody say my praise belongs to you. Oh, somebody tell them tonight my worship belongs to you. Nobody gets the glory. My praise belongs. Oh, that's right. Somebody say my worship belongs. Yeah.
yes tonight. That's what he wants to hear. Somebody say yes. Yes, Lord. Come on, say it again. Somebody shout. Say. Lift your voice and say, yes, Lord. We got the worship now. Say yes. Come on, somebody tell him. Yes, Lord.
Yes, indeed. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Because you are holy, I will say yes. At exactly 3 o'clock here at VOC 2FM, we're going to cross over to our teaching from Dr. Tony Evans, returning to God through surrender. Returning to God through surrender. Here is Dr. Tony Evans from his program entitled Urban Alternative.
And then he says, therefore I urge you, therefore, brethren, to present your bodies a living sacrifice. Because of the favor of God given to those who place faith in Jesus Christ, I urge you, I beg you, I plead with you to give all of you to all of him. On our phones and computers, we have passcodes. These passcodes gain you access to the world of information that sits at our fingertips. So much is available to us when that passcode is put in, and the world of the internet and all the things attached to it opens up. If you don't know the passcode,